Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Rally Podcast. I'm Mike White, here with two of your usual hosts, the host from the West Coast, Sean Boyer, and the loudmouth from down south, Logan Cornelius. See, how great was that? Last night, I actually just genuinely said West Coast host. I'm like, oh, that rhymes, so I need something for Logan. Loudmouth from down south.
I feel like I got the short end of the stick with those intros.
Yeah. And our guest today has a couple little nicknames of his own. Might know him, posting on the app as Nick Gonzales, but also known as the Gonz or Fajita the Cheetah, apparently. Which I don't know where that stems from. But Nick is the marketing director at Spikeball Inc., located at Spikeball HQ in Chicago. So we're going to talk to him about some cool stuff. Thanks for coming on, Nick.
Thanks for having me, Mike. Long-term fan, but this is probably the first podcast that I listened to all the way through. So.
Well, I know you usually just kind of skip over the parts where Sean's talking.
Real dry, that guy. Real dry.
Yeah. Okay. So first, we kind of want to get to know Nick. First, a fun fact: Nick actually has won a Grand Slam. Undefeated in the recreational division at the 2016 Chicago Grand Slam with Jack Scotty, director of the SRA. And I think the real question people want to know is, did you actually win, or were people just kind of scared of these two Spikeball big guys and didn't want to beat them?
So that was my first tournament ever. So we actually weren't that intimidating. And we actually had a couple close wins. So I think that was just a combination of a little bit of beginner's luck and skill. And what people actually don't know is we decided at the end of that season to end the recreational division as a whole thing, right? It became intermediate. Yep. And part of that was so that Jack and I could be forever undefeated in the rec division.
Wow. What a smart move.
Yeah.
All right, so then the next year, last year, you and Sean actually played Summer Spike in the advanced division. So you're moving up a little bit. So I think people want to know, will you be back this year? And will you be moving up again, trying to get Premier Division?
That's a great question, Mike. I think right now my only planned tournament is the co-ed division with Christina Coppola in Chicago. We're going to be playing as SPWS. Should have played with Sean. Christina actually had the option to play with Sean, but she chose to play with me, which hopefully she doesn't regret. We're planning to probably lose to Dilly Dally in the quarterfinals, but we'll have to see. After that, Skylar's invited me to be his partner for Summer Spike, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that or not. So really, Chicago right now is the only planned tournament I have. Oh, okay. And actually, sorry, I am looking for a Masters partner for Nationals. So anybody 35 plus who wants to win the inaugural championship, please. I'm looking for a partner.
All right, there he is. Okay, Nick. So I think we first talked when you
sounds
first.
Like Christina's valuing. Sounds like Christina's valuing her career over her tournament wins. That's just a note on.
You don't think she would generally just want to play with Nick?
I don't know. I played with Nick before and I enjoyed it, so I can understand.
Thank you, Logan.
Cool.
We'll see what she says after. Their next team name will be Glad I Played with Nick.
Yeah.
There we go. So I'll just say, Nick, we first talked right before you started working at Spikeball back in 2015. So I don't know if you want to tell people about one thing I'm curious about is how you found the job, and then also just kind of like when you started and how that all happened.
Jeez. So I think technically it was 2016, Mike. I know time, guys.
I got the year off. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I was working for Wilson Sporting Goods at the time, and there were some things that they were doing that were really cool, and some things that they were doing that were kind of crappy. So me and my boss were actually both kind of looking for jobs, and she saw the Spikeball marketing director position posted on LinkedIn, and she sent it to me. And surprisingly, back 6 years ago when Chris Reuter used to sell advertising, he had tried to sell me an ad when I was working on Degree Deodorant. So we were connected on LinkedIn, and we still had the connection.
Before Spikeball stuff?
like 4 years before Spikeball stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
So he didn't really remember me. I'm sure I didn't really remember him, but we were at least already connected. So I was able to send him a message, and I got really lucky. He invited me to the office. We talked for a little while, talked with some other employees, and here we are. You know, life's changed forever.
Yeah, now you work with Logan. Oh, that's
Now I work with the loudmouth from down south.
good. And one more get to know you question, which is we spend a lot of our Saturdays going to a field or beach to play spike ball, but what does Nick the Gonzales do on a Saturday?
Well, last Saturday and most of the Saturdays have looked kind of similarly. So we have 9 a.m. swim class with my son. He's almost 2. So I get to, and I'm the parent that goes in the pool. So my wife kind of watches from the sideline, but I get to go deal with all the naked babies running around the locker room and all the dads kind of chasing them around. So that's fun. Then that wraps up, and we usually have some pretty boring, like Bed Bath & Beyond type stuff, cliche type stuff. I've been getting into improv a little bit more, so maybe go to an improv show or go to an improv like training class. I've been told I'm pretty boring, so I'm trying to kind of work on that, you know. And squeeze in some round net from time to time, but you know, it can be tough when you're working on it 5 days a week and you got a little bit of a family. So I don't play nearly as much as I'd like to.
Okay, pretty good. So I think what people really want to know is information on this big announcement that came out yesterday.
So they didn't want to know any of the stuff that we just went through?
Well, no, I said they really want to know.
Oh,
Like, they
yeah.
want to know that stuff, but they really want to know this stuff.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is about the announcement yesterday. See, like, the improv classes are working. The announcement yesterday that the Lancaster Tour Stop and Summer Spike will be broadcast on ESPN. So I'm hoping here that Nick and Sean here can spill some beans on what's going on. Because all we really got was, hey, they're going to be on it. Let's get everyone there. So what do you got for us?
So the guy who can really tell you most about it is Roger, but I'll fill you in on some of the other things. So what can I tell you, Mike? So ESPN approached us a couple months ago. They have kind of like a new business division, right? And they're just looking for new sports that might be exciting to help them bring in new viewers, more programming. So last year they did something with cornhole, and they apparently were really happy with the success of it, which I was a little surprised.
Hey, I want to say I watched last year's cornhole finals on YouTube, and I really enjoyed it.
So
hey, yeah. And then I realized I can't judge other sports also. So, like, you know, back in the day, I'd be like, who'd watch this? And now, you know, doing all this spike ball stuff, it's like someone's watching it, someone's passionate about it.
Somebody's watching.
Yeah.
So they called us, and you know, they're thinking long term, but they wanted to just kind of test out a couple tournaments and see what producing a tournament is like, right? Every sport's a little bit different, and what viewership is looking like. And so we settled on two tournaments to kind of kick it off. And like you said, May 5th in Lancaster, which is going to be filmed that day and then broadcast for 1 hour that evening from 5 to 6 Eastern. And then June 30th, Summer Spike in New York. That one's going to be a little bit different in that it's going to be both are going to be live streamed on ESPN3, but the actual TV broadcast for Summer Spike is going to be on July 4th. So it'll be a little
4th?
Yeah, it'll be a little bit better viewing window. And so we're still working through the details, right? But obviously neither is going to be a live broadcast, right? But that's kind of by design, because what the plan is and what we'd like to do is actually shoot throughout the entire day, so you can cover multiple matches, multiple divisions, and then put them together into an hour-long broadcast that's really great, right? So in a perfect world, you know, you're showing the full, like, a women's final and maybe a premier final or an advanced final. But if for whatever reason those games are blowouts, you know, we can actually start with a quarterfinals match, maybe even a pool play match that shows a lot of really good rallies,
featured match, yeah, something.
Yeah, or so maybe some of the matches that Skylar and I are playing, things like that. We'll have the option to kind of slot some of those in.
I would say I really like that July 4th slot, because I just think, like, that's just a huge day for people playing round net outside on the beach and at their tailgates and another tail. Well, yeah. That's great. Loving that. Loving that.
Did you say it'll also be streamed live on ESPN3 during the day of filming?
That's what we're talking about. We're still going to work. We still got to work through that because I have a hard time believing that they're going to stream 6 hours or 8 hours.
Yeah.
But the expectation is that there will be some footage, day of on ESPN3 for both tournaments.
And then Lancaster, you said that's gonna broadcast the night of the tournament.
Yeah, from 5 to 6. So we'll shoot. We'll be there kind of editing right as we go. So by 4 o'clock, you have your full package all done, and you ship it off to the network, and then it gets beamed on. Yeah,
some pretty impressive editing skills.
Yes, these guys are pros, right? Like they're used to doing live stuff.
Yeah.
But Lancaster's going to be fun, right? If you go, because you'll have a great day playing. Cameras will be rolling. And then you're going to have an hour break. You go home, get some dinner,
At
whatever.
4:30, rush home and have a big watch party.
Pop on the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So,
that's awesome.
So it should be fun, right? And we're hoping, that it's something that we can do repeatedly, right? And it's something that we get a lot of viewers out to the broadcast, so that hopefully by next year we're doing way more tournaments. Maybe some are live, maybe it's not an hour broadcast, it's a 3-hour broadcast, and we just keep on kind of going from there.
Yeah, I'm just really excited to see what these guys' computers look like that can make an entire broadcast in a couple hours. Because I know this podcast will take me 40 minutes to render a 40-minute video, so
yeah, it's really interesting, right? Because there's just a lot of angles and for us to figure out, but also for them to figure out. So a lot of these guys have never been to a round net tournament before, right? So when we're getting into things like who should do color commentary, right?
Yeah,
they're like, well, it should be somebody from the community, and that actually makes sense, right? So actually, if anybody watching wants to be a color commentator, let us know, because we're kind of recruiting. No promises, but if you've got some panache, and some camera appeal, maybe you're the right guy or gal for the job.
I'll send you a ping, Nick.
What'd you say, Logan?
I'll send you a ping. I have someone in mind.
All right, cool. Yeah,
actually, I know that there are actually these two guys that have been commentating the top 10 plays. I think it's Nick and Logan. They might be interested.
I've gotten some feedback that commentary is not good.
Yeah,
so.
I mean you're gonna get a lot of feedback in your life.
That's true.
There's also this Australian Jay Spike. He might be interested. He did 2014 national broadcast.
Really?
Yeah. Have you seen those videos?
Dallas.
Yeah, those videos, Nick. So that was when we were in Comcast Sportsnet. So something about that. So like, kind of looking back, I do like that it's broadcast the same day because, the people that follow along, and I know there are going to be a lot of people that watch it that don't follow along, but for me, it was like that was so far after the day that it's like this is all really cool to see, but what I really wanted is to watch it live and to see the finals live. And I actually remember back in 2014, you guys were trying to broadcast on Spikeball's YouTube page, and it just wouldn't go through. And I was sitting in my dorm room, just like kind of upset because I wanted to watch it. Yeah, and there was someone in chat that just kept like posting the score.
Yeah. Well,
we've come a long way since then.
Yeah.
But you do bring up a good point, Mike, and it's something that we're figuring out, right? Because we really want to strike the right balance of how do we make sure that the Talon Petersons and like the guys who are really into following the league and things are able to kind of follow the storyline of the day and see the cool matchups, while at the same time, the vast majority of viewers are probably this is going to be their first time watching the sport. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a delicate balance, right, of making sure that we're able to cater to both those groups.
Yeah. I do think with going against what I just said, the real important thing is getting those new viewers, and everyone that is watching it knows Spikeball probably, or even people that follow the scene. I'm saying will just appreciate seeing it. You don't really have to cater to them as much. I think
Yeah.
As long as it's good for the growth, I think it's important. But yeah. So yeah, but guys, shameless plug. Atlanta, San Francisco, uh, Chicago, and College Nationals will all be streamed on Facebook Live. It's no ESPN, but it'll be on Facebook Live, and it'll get you all excited for the next weekend in Lancaster. So,
Yeah, we're gonna have to up our game going into this ESPN weekend.
I know. Got to get some replays. Got to get some better camera angles. But hey, we're also broadcasting, for 4 hours. So, got that on ESPN.
Mike, can I ask you a quick question?
Yep.
What camera angle would you recommend for this broadcast?
I think what we talked about. So one, I think roaming camera might be the best, but that's not always feasible. We've been talking about doing that, but because you need a wire, you kind of need a very long wire and someone, in there. I remember Sean at 26. No, I'm getting the years messed up. 2016 Nationals when they had two guys filming you, they were like pretty close to your game, right?
Yeah, at one point I think we even ran into one of them, and it was a little controversial. But I agree. A roaming camera, you really catch those close-up angles, maybe some players' faces, some dives, but it's hard to manage.
So what I envision is have one stationary camera or a couple that are angled at the side and then a little high up, so you can get a good angle on the top of the net. Because I think nothing's worse than kind of just seeing a flat net and you can't really tell what's going on. So a good height. So maybe two camera angles and then someone on a roaming cam, because I think it's also important to have multiple camera angles so you can do replays. If you do a replay of the same exact angle, it's like I don't really care to see that. It's just kind of slowed down a bit. What's cool is when you have over here and then you can see a close-up. So I think ideally roaming cam is best, but besides that, up, pointed down.
Cool.
Anything but in the sand on a GoPro on a Spikeball box that a lot of people, i.e. Buddy Hammond, would like to do. And I'd always tell him, buy a tripod, it's $10 on Amazon. And be like, but a box works. And then it's in the ground, way against it in the beach in the sand. But yeah. Also, Nick,
I am curious to see what sort of... Should I go for it, Mike?
I was going to say, Nick, so the angle that you used at Nationals with your GoPro, I think that might have been a little too high for my liking. I would think that was a good angle you were in, but a little bit lower. So you're not kind of sky viewing it. You're kind of maybe a little above the players, not way above. If you remember that film.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I do.
Sean, what's up?
I was going to say, I was be curious to see what sort of knowledge of the game any of the ESPN guys or gals bring to the table. If they've ever played before, or they'll be a total blank slate. I'm sure they'll do the research, but prior knowledge would be cool to see.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking that play-by-play is pretty easy. Just tell them the names of the serves. Was it a pocket or not? Did they and different ways to say a hit and to say a set, and you're probably good. Well, it's like you're saying, the color commentary is important. To a lot of people, it just looks like 1, 2, 3 hit, but then that's when the color commentator comes in and say, no, they opened up their hips to go for the push shot, or they dove in there to force them to drop it, and that's where the money is made. Anyone can, I think, do play-by-play. As long as there's a clip from me at 2016 Grand Slam, the finals you were in, Sean, versus the rookies, and a rally's going on, and I don't know what to say because it's so quick, and I just go, so as long as you don't do that, you're probably good.
You're really pitching yourself here for the job, Mike.
Hey, that's play-by-play. I'm not doing the play-by-play.
I'm getting all my years mixed up, but yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I think that my guess, right, is that the color guy or color gal is going to be somebody from the community, and then ESPN will provide a play-by-play. It's not going to be probably a household name, but it's somebody who's going to have to do their homework on
Tony Romo
basics. Go to probably Tony Romo. Go to a tournament before just so you get a sense. Get some. Go to Spike School. Pass your
Spike School tests.
Kind of just the basics,
Yeah.
Peyton Manning's a free agent right now.
He's not returning my calls, Logan.
Also,
him too.
I live in Tennessee. I'm sure they know him.
Okay. Well, that's exciting, and I'm sure we'll get some more information when it comes up. But that's pretty good. That's exciting.
It is exciting. Hey, my final plug on this.
Uh-huh.
Both these terms are going to sell out. So if you're going to play, don't wait, because it's not going to be something where we can like reopen registration, because we have actually capacity constraints because of ESPN. So don't be the person who can't go because you waited to sign up for till the last week.
Yep.
Just be standing on the beach waving from 100 feet away.
Hey, and on top of that, if you can't make it,
you can come and watch.
I was going to say, if you can't make it, organize a sick watch party. Get everyone over and watch it on ESPN.
That's a good point, though, Nick. I feel like these tournaments are gonna go quick.
Well, Summer Spike has sold out in the past.
Summer Spike has sold out, I think, the last 2 years.
Yeah. So get on that. Sweet. Well, thanks, Nick. I think that's some good info there. People will like that. So now I want to move on to something else you do, which is the Spikeball app.
Okay.
And so if you guys don't know, Nick is, I think, the main guy on the Spikeball app. He posts a lot, of comment on a lot of things. My biggest question: when you do a giveaway on the app and you post a giveaway, do you get all the notifications for all those comments? Because there'll be like 400 comments in like 3 minutes.
I think so. Technically, no. I think the app starts to like max out, so I'll get continuous notifications for a couple minutes, but I don't think there's actually 400 in there.
Or because I've seen some videos where a famous person will post on Instagram and it's just like likes on their phone. So that's not what it is. What about all the emails you get saying, "Hey, did I win the contest?"
Surprisingly, I get very few emails, right? Because but I'll get I get a decent amount of direct messages.
People just slide into your DMs trying to get that
slide
spike
into
back.
my DMs. They'll ask me about how can I win this badge, or hey, I think I had 9 people in the game. Why didn't I win host of the week?
Yeah.
Cool, Nick, cool profile picture. Just stuff like that.
Nick's a busy man. A lot of guys sliding into his DMs. It's like a teenage girl or an Instagram model. So when you speak of badges, so badges are things you can have on the app. Things like day streaks, hosting a certain amount of games. Like, I want to say, you have the 100-day streak badge on the app. Are you the only one to have that?
Great question, Mike. No, I'm not. So off the top of my head, I believe Ryan Navaroli of Santa Cruz Roundnet is the leading streak member. Wow. I think he's at like 252 days. And then, somebody's 10 or 15 days behind him. And I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. Your profile picture is like you wearing a bearskin coat in front of a fireplace.
How do you not remember that name?
I'm sorry, but he's 10 or 15 days behind.
Okay. I'm doing some research right now. See what I can find.
It's a tight race.
Are these guys ahead of you? Are there days you don't log in? Are you just like an avid? You wake up and you open the Spikeball app.
These guys are ahead of me, for sure. I definitely take some days off when I can.
Oh wow, no days off, Nick.
Yeah.
So,
hey, Mike.
Go. Yep.
Insider secret: I actually didn't earn the 100-day badge. I artificially inflated my number just to make sure that the functionality worked. So
wow.
I'm gonna have to take that down.
Wow. Okay. I actually told Logan and Sean about this before, but you have the tweener badge, and I need proof. I have not seen a Nick Gonzales tweener. Do you deserve that badge?
Another great question. I think that so yes, I do. I've hit at least 2 tweeners at a Boy Scout event. And then what are your thoughts, Mike, on a one-legged tweener where one foot is still on the ground? Is that a thing?
Yes, but I've also heard something that if you're tweening with one leg on the ground, you shouldn't be tweening. You should just open your hips and just hit it normally.
But what if you're trying to show off or to earn a badge?
Yeah, you're trying to get the badge.
Yeah, but do you want to encourage people to do bad shots? Are we going to have the lefty on 2 badge?
Spoiler alert.
That's something else. How do you come up with these badges? Are you just sitting there? Do you have like a brainstorm session at Spikeball HQ? You get all employees into the conference room and say, "Hey, badge ideas, shoot." like on the TMZ when they go around the room and talk about all the stories?
I would say that 50% of the badges created are from that type of thing. I'd say the other 50% are actually people suggesting them on the app, or just people just like being themselves, doing funny or cool stuff. Like people posting pictures of like broken sets. It's like, oh, that's a thing. We should maybe make a badge for that, right? And so we have
Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, once in a while. So Tom Goulet actually does all the designs. So
you have the Tom approved badge. Tom Goulet approved.
I don't think I have that one, but so that one just one day was like, hey, Tom said, hey, I think this should be a badge, and he's right. So now it's a badge.
Tom has all the power. He's like, yep, I made it. Put it in.
Exactly.
That's great. Nick, you also often comment on a lot of posts and pictures. So I want to know, are you more of a think it over before you comment, or are you just like a first thing that comes to mind commenter?
I guess I'm more of a think it over, Mike. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Because I think my first instinct is usually pretty stupid. Or the other thing that I deal with, Mike, is that I'm like, you know, I'm playing in the Masters division, right? I'm twice the age of some of these kids, so I got to like recalibrate.
Hello,
like,
fellow kids.
Well, this is a great dad joke, but you know what? I don't know if a 16-year-old would appreciate that. So I got to kind of calibrate down funny. and it's still not funny or clever, but it's better than the original. Yeah, it's better than the original impulse.
There's a scene on The Office where every time Pam puts Michael through to a call, she'll just doesn't put him through and lets him get the bad intro out of the way. And then he goes, didn't put you through, and she puts him through, and then he's a normal person. Yeah. So I imagine Nick at the office like, ha ha ha, I don't know.
That you basically just described my job. Like even like a lot of like our social media posts, like if you see a really good one, there's a decent chance that it started as a terrible idea from me, but then these guys were actually able like to talk me off the ledge and actually come up with something better to replace it. So it's just a normal part of the process. We all play a role, you know.
I've experienced something similar. When I was actually working in Chicago, there was always like every day to be like, hey, where are we gonna go for lunch? And so I always had to be the guy that would throw out the first restaurant, and everyone could say, no, we don't want to eat there, and then eventually decide where they wanted to eat. So someone's got to get the ball rolling. I mean, that's the most important job.
Are you saying do you get the ball rolling, Logan, or do you just have terrible lunch ideas?
Get the ball rolling for sure.
Are you sure?
A little bit of both.
Yeah, both. Like every time they're like, no, Logan, and he's like, I got the ball rolling, and they're like, no, you just have terrible recommendations.
No one ever wants to argue. I don't get it.
That's funny. You got any cool features coming up for the app that you want to share?
The app is gonna have a little bit of a facelift, probably in about 2 weeks. So just, you know, a little nip and tuck here, a little, you know, under eye reduction. And actually, I don't know if you remember, Mike. We did a pizza week thing last year. You remember that? So host a game, put the address on there, and there's a chance that, you know, some delivery men might drop off some pizzas for everybody at the end. So I think in April we're gonna do a pizza month.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, baby. So host a game on the app. If you have at least 4 RSVPs, we're looking at it every day. We'll pick out some games that look fun, have a lot of people going, and we'll have, you know, Domino's or Jimmy John's or Pizza Hut or whoever drop off a pizza and some dinner or some lunch to just make it a fun Spikeball day.
I'd like to petition to make Pizza Month May when I'm in the Spike fan all month, so I can just get free pizza every night. Host and pick up.
Well, I mean, if enough people participate in April, then we'll maybe it'll go to May. We got to see.
Logan, what pizza place would you recommend?
Papa John's. I get those PJ points, build up enough, and I get free pizzas. easy answer.
He's frugal.
I'm all about rewards, but I got probably, let's see, there's 9, 18. I probably have 20 plus rewards apps on my phone, and I take advantage of them.
Wow. Yep. That's great. Sean, what about you?
I'm a Domino's guy.
Oh, Domino's is terrible.
Man, you don't.
Domino's is when you're in college and it's 3 a.m. and you're like, oh, it'll take an hour to deliver. Ah, fine, sure.
We have vastly different experiences with Domino's. It sounds like.
You guys don't have jets near you, do you?
I don't have jets.
Learned I do. Derek Rickers of Spikeball, he loves Jets, and that was my first ever experience, and I see him all the time.
Jets, I think it's a Midwest chain primarily, but recommend.
Interesting.
One story about pizza. Last night I made a pizza. But the crust was made of chicken. Very
Chicken?
yeah. The crust was like chicken. I put it in a food processor, made crust of chicken, mixed cheese and spices. It was pretty good.
Nice.
Just,
Right now, my dad is downstairs. He has dough cooking, and I think it's called the Breadmaster, like the Breadmaster 3000, maybe. So I guess we're having pizza tonight. So pretty. Sean, maybe you should have bad pizza over there. Like we got bad Mexican over here. You got bad pizza over there.
I never said we had bad pizza.
Yeah, I am.
That's all you, man.
I am. Okay, so. So next week I plan to have Ryan Delaney on to talk about the Spike van, but I also just kind of want to ask Nick about it, and I have this little, just really this one question. So there's a time where so we're doing pickup in Rhode Island July 3rd, and then in Boston July 5th, and typically I go to Cape Cod for the 4th. So if you know geography, you know we're in Rhode Island, going over to Cape Cod, and then back to Boston, and my mom and Nora are like, hey, that's going to be so much traffic. And I'm saying traffic is what you want when you are in a giant van with promotional material all over it. So have you thought about that? Have you thought about taking the traffic routes so that we get more exposure? Hey, it's 3 hours this way, but if you go through all of here, it's 10 hours, and you get so many more eyes on the van.
I think that's a great idea, Mike. I think that I would probably give that flexibility to the drivers. You know,
can they deal with it?
People are going to be logging a lot of time in that thing, so if they want to go through the high traffic route, God bless you. But if you don't want to, I understand.
That was just something that came up.
I like that.
I'm sure they'll hit
I like the way you think, though. It's good. It's good instinct, Mike. Trust that.
Look for the traffic. You look on Google Maps and you find those red routes.
Yeah, follow those.
Let the red routes guide you. That's not how it's going.
That's great.
I have a feeling they'll hit plenty of traffic without us having to plan it.
Yeah, I hope not, but I guess I do. So it's just nowadays, you know, back in the day, someone would be, oh, what was that van I saw? What was that? And now they're in their car sitting in traffic, and they're just gonna Google Spikeball. There we go, bang bang.
And Mike, we do need help with one thing for the Spike van. If from you or any of the audience, vanity license plate, yes or no, and then what should the 7 characters be?
That's
Be a
pretty
fun
good.
little contest. Comment below.
Comment below. And one wrinkle. In the state of Illinois, if you're driving a commercial vehicle, which this is, the first character has to be a number.
4 Spikeball.
I guess we gotta avoid Illinois then.
Yeah, well, that's an option. You get registered somewhere else.
Okay.
It's interesting.
I'm trying. I don't know.
Like a newspaper puzzle.
What, Logan? What'd you say? Oh. Okay. Cool. That's exciting. More Spike Fan info come next week. Hope to interview Ryan Delaney, one of the main guys behind it. So that'll be fun. And then after, I'm gonna say it now, Logan and I are hoping to do a podcast live from the Spike Van in 2 weeks.
Whoa.
Live from inside the Spike Van. I really hope
Give a
the
little
acoustics
tour.
are okay.
Well, I
Maybe
think
get some acoustics.
I think the Spike Band might be at the customization shop in 2 weeks.
Mhm.
I'm not sure, but you guys are gonna have to make sure you schedule around that.
But they're gonna customize the outside or the inside?
The inside, we got to make it. You know,
Oh, right. All right, we'll sit
So
on
I-
the roof.
Yeah, you guys can definitely figure it out. Maybe you can do it on location at the customization shop, but just make sure
When you say work around, you don't mean like around the time schedule. You mean like around the customization. Just constantly be moving the recording devices.
It'll be quiet. Like it won't impact the audio at all. You guys will be fine.
Is that we would have it on the 18th, so hopefully we can get it in then.
Yeah,
I hope so too.
That's exciting. And guys, Ryan Delaney posted some cities that the Spike Fan is going to in the SRA Facebook group. If you're in one of those cities, near one of the cities, hit him up. Make sure we can have good pickup in all of the places.
I think best route, when I look at it, the best route will probably be kind of like that last week of May into first, second of June. And I say that mostly because I'll be driving, so probably the best week of routes.
You hear that, guys? Boycott that week. The Spike Fans in your area, don't go.
Or just go to the most heavily congested traffic area and you'll see it.
Sit on top of an interstate and just wait for it, going 2 miles an hour. All right.
Find traffic and park in it. That'll really bring some.
And I think to close, I just have kind of one little question. I was trying to think of something to ask that might be a little hard, might be all encompassing. Which for Nick is kind of, you've been around Spikeball for over 2 years now, or not? No, am I? Not even over 2 years now. You're
almost
there.
2.
Almost 2.
There.
I remember. Yeah, we talked about we talked before, like right when you got hired, and we talked about like the community and what it's all about. So I want to kind of say like, what has kind of surprised you most about the community, and what do you think is one of the best things about the community?
Great question.
Questions.
I mean, there's just so many things to choose from in regards to. You said, what do I like best about the community?
I'd say so. What are some of the best values that you've seen?
I think what I really like is, and I think it's because the sport is still so new, that it just seems like there's this automatic, we're on the same team. If you're a player and you see somebody else playing, or like, oh hey, we're automatically connected. I'm gonna be nice to you. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna play with you. Like anywhere in the world, that seems to kind of be the case. So that's really cool. I hope that continues. You said the thing. What was the other part? The thing that surprised.
What most surprised you?
What most surprised me? I mean, when I was interviewing for the job, what really most surprised me was that there was a podcast with like regular listeners.
Look at you now.
Yeah, look at me now.
Oh, I'm still surprised.
But also, my background is working for like a lot bigger companies, right? Like I used to work on like Axe body spray or like Wilson tennis, right? And so what also surprised me really early on was like in like the SRA Facebook group, if you like post a survey or like ask a question, you get like hundreds of responses like that day, right? And it's a relatively small group versus these other companies where you're working on a product and a brand that isn't typically as like cool, right? You'll post something similar and you'll be lucky if you get like, you usually have to pay people to respond. Yeah, so it speaks to the community. It speaks towards how fun the product is and how fun the brand is. But that really surprised me early on.
I remember I worked for a company a couple years ago, and they wanted to do a survey, and the budget was about $100 per response, because it's like, hey, respond and we'll give you this. Plus we have to send all these out, and it's just like the fact that you guys could just post something and you'll get a lot of feedback, because it's just the people care. Sean posted about what products you want. People are going to comment because they want those products. It's not like, hey, this is really just helping us. It's kind of a help me help you kind of thing.
Well, I mean, it works, right? Because it's also like, not all the time, but generally, the majority of the time, like we take that, like Sean saw what people wanted from products, and now he's making them. It wasn't like we just put those responses in a folder and didn't change anything. So
I think a perfect example of that too would be the spike buoy, Nick, because we saw that concept sort of evolve out of the community, and we fine-tuned it and made it better. And now it's something that's going to be going to market shortly.
Hey, Nick, I might have seen something on the app. Do you know when the spike buoy might be releasing?
I think I do, Mike. We actually got a picture today that they just showed up in the warehouse. So
pretty soon.
I would say next. Let me think. So I think tomorrow people are going to have the opportunity to buy Spikeball joggers.
Oh.
But that's Logan. You can't have any of those. Like, you got to buy them, Logan, because we're probably going to sell out of those. But then
So you mean get them quick? Don't hesitate.
Don't hesitate.
That's the marketing guy inside him. He's like, secretly we ordered 2,000, but
no, honestly, because I still get
I know.
Like the long sleeve tee. People hit me up on the app like, "Hey, when are you guys going to be back in stock with those?" And honestly, the answer is we're not planning to be. Yeah. Like, limited quantity means limited quantity. It's true. My wife's giving me, don't be an asshole right now.
She's like, don't lie to the people, and you're like,
true.
No. Yeah,
it's true. Next Friday, I think Spike Buoy.
Sweet.
Will be available.
Awesome. We got a lot of stuff in this podcast. All right, so
hopefully people stick around long enough to get all these tidbits.
Yeah.
If it was a YouTube video, like I said last time, with please like, comment, subscribe, I'd say, guys, watch all the way through. Surprises throughout. Stay through the end. You don't want to miss
click
it.
To the end.
Yeah.
People had like 17 likes. I don't know how many they usually get, but I checked. There's like 17 likes on it.
Sweet. All right, guys, let's get this one to 20 likes. If it's 20 likes, I don't know.
You get some joggers.
Guys, comment and we'll do a giveaway. I'll give away a pair of joggers.
Better buy those quick, Mike.
Oh no, I can't do that because that's all the sizes. All right, we'll do something else. Maybe next week we'll comment and we'll do a Spike Buoy giveaway.
Comment and we'll give away 3XL joggers.
Throw 3XL, not 3XL joggers. 3XL joggers.
XXL. XXL.
I'm sure they'd be comfy to wear to bed, or Anyway, so I wonder what information I'll get if I get Chris Reuter on this podcast. That's got to be our Christmas special, though. So we got a while to wait.
Christmas.
Our Christmas special. More Chris. I know. I'll stop. Okay. Thanks, Nick, for joining us today. I think we got a lot of some good stuff. People probably learned about you. You're not just this guy that posts some stuff occasionally. My favorite thing you do is you'll just comment out of nowhere, and you'll get like 20 likes. It's like very good information. Like, you won't comment any post, and you'll comment something, and it'll be like, I don't know, say like it's like Spike Buoy this, and or I think one thing actually people might not know is when Tripp was talking about Summer Spike being on sand, and you commented you won't want to miss it or something like that. And, I knew what you were referencing, but it's like Nick comes in with these little secrets. He comes from the clouds, it seems like, to comment some stuff.
I get all my info from Spiky Leaks. Still.
Spiky Leaks. That's pretty great.
No one told Nick. He just gets it all off like the dark minute.
Nick's just always fiending. In those Spike app DMs, he's DMing back. He's curious. He's trying to find some stuff. Hey, can I get a backpack? Yeah, tell me your 5 Deeker's darkest secrets. But anyway, thanks. Hey guys, remember, this is a YouTube video, so like, comment, and subscribe for more. And we'll see you next week. Hope to have some good stuff about the Spike van. We got a lot of good stuff coming. Tons of tournaments, pretty much one every week, weekend after this weekend. And like Nick said, sign up for Lancaster Tour Stop and Summer Spike, because those will probably sell out. So make sure to do that. And of course, thanks to Sean and Logan for being on again, especially Sean getting up and doing this first thing in the morning for us out on that. That
I've been up for hours, Mike.
Yeah, get up at 5, do some yoga, go for a jog, come back, do all that stuff.
There's no other way I'd rather start my day
than this. All right. So thanks for listening, guys. We hope to see you next time. Peace.
Thanks, Mike. See ya.